We are standing here outside of the United Nations building again, and the General Assembly is in full swing. We've just heard a speech by British Prime Minister Cameron. At the same time, the so-called Durban III conference, the UN conference against racism, is taking place. And today we've heard speakers such as Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe and the Iranian President Ahmadinejad speak. This is, of course, the big irony of the whole week, that you have perhaps one of the most significant perpetrators of human rights speaking at such an event. Ahmadinejad spoke earlier about openly questioning again the validity of the Holocaust. This is, of course, a great disgrace to this institution. But at the same time, inside this building, the Millennium Hotel, we've had a conference where real human rights activists from around the world have brought to the attention real issues, real violations of human rights, and real expressions of racism. We spoke earlier today with Elie Wiesel, who expressed openly a real concern about the lack of understanding in Europe right now for the situation of Israel.
Not really disappointed. I didn't expect too much, but I hope they will learn from history. Europe, more than any other part of the world, should learn from history.
We also spoke with the famous Oscar award-winning actor Jon Voight, who explained why he is standing up in support for Israel at this particular moment.
It's like a bully in the playground, you know. Until somebody steps up and says, knock it off, they have free reign. Once somebody says, knock it off, they scatter. And that's what I think about anti-Semitism. I think that we dare not be silent. We must step up, and we must say it, you know, say it loud and clear, this is evil, and you're not doing it anymore, son, or whoever. Do you see? And if they're doing this nonsense at the United Nations, which they are, they've taken over the United Nations. The rats have taken over the ship. The human rights violators have taken over the human rights, you know, organizations there. It's we're watching this poison grow. Well, then we have to say, well, we're not going to support you anymore, fellas. We're not going to give you the money to exist. You can't play this game any longer. And we've got to do that now. Because we know that if we don't do it, we know the result. Certainly the people in Europe know very well the result if you don't stop anti-Semitism.
Today, finally, we were able to have a meeting inside of the United Nations building, the office of the Secretary General, the Middle East Division, sitting down and handing over our open letters signed by 16 prominent European leaders, but also handing over signatories from Italy, expressing or explaining what is happening in Germany, in Finland, in Italy, where more or less 60,000 signatories have been collected just in the last month in support for Israel, in support for the right for Jewish people to keep their capital, Jerusalem, united. And we had a good meeting. There were agreements, there were disagreements, but I believe the important thing was that this open letter, the signatories, and also our film, Give Peace a Chance, will be hand-delivered by these civil servants to the Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon. And this is, of course, for us a great success, a great breakthrough, that after so many months of hard work, of research, that we were finally able to get this message across here in New York on the highest political level.